there, and welcome back to Outnumbered. Newly appointed Secret Service Director Joseph Clancy getting grilled like a cheese sandwich today on Capitol Hill. He's only been on the job about a month, and he's already failing. He was appointed to clean up the troubled agency after a string of high-profile breaches, and earlier he got hit with a string of questions, like a string of pearls on the most recent incident. 2 senior agents currently suspended after reports they drove into a security barricade at the White House, interrupting a bomb investigation. Oh, nothing to see here. Following a night of alleged drinking. And here's just some of what went on earlier. Take a look.
This conduct should not be tolerated.
This will not stand.
I want to start off with the 800-pound gorilla in the room. What happened the other night at the White House?
We got to have some changes, and you got to be the one that makes those changes. And I don't sense at this moment that you have the determination to make that happen. Am I wrong?
Sir, I would disagree with you with that, with all respect.
I'm just shocked by your testimony.
Oh, it's, yeah.
I watched it.
Who knew a nervous head could get so shiny? Now, Harris, let's be honest. When some people binge watch, they watch House of Cards and Orange is the New Black.
Oh, this is not good.
No, you watch C-SPAN. And that's why you're so good at analysis and breaking news. Take it away, sister.
I'm a geek. That's what I am. All right, so at one point it got a little chippy. It's what we call in the old state of hockey back in Minnesota next to Wisconsin. It was interesting because Clancy eventually said, I'm glad that this thing where they drove through the crime scene recently happened so early in my watch because I can fix it now. Can we watch a little bit of that? Because it was really interesting. Representative Rogers was not so sure.
Why did you not get word from your subordinates about this incident for, what, 5 or 6 days?
Not knowing all the facts. There's no, at the least of the description of these events, I should have still been informed. This is my first test.
Well, your actions, in my judgment, should be punishment, termination, firing. You can't run an agency like this, for God's sakes, or any other agency.
Oh, my goodness, it's my first newscast. What do I do? Oh, you know what? This is a distraction, yet again. We saw this with the VA.
Yes, exactly.
Right? I mean, they put a guy in charge, first 30 days, there's more to find, there's more to find. Did we actually think that they could fix something that was so horrific in 30 days?
No, and this is where I don't know if an outsider is necessarily going to fix the VA, but certainly you needed someone who was an outsider, who has greater perspective and context than someone who was in charge of the president's security detail. Joseph Clancy, it looks like not the man to run the Secret Service. What do you think, Rich?
Well, you know what I'm surprised about? That Miss Obama isn't more angry about this. I mean, this is her family's life that's in the hands of these incompetents. If I was the First Lady, I'd be at the hearing, and I'd be on him hard, because this is life and death for the Obamas.
She'd be like,
interesting.
Give me 5.
I would.
Hashtag give me 5. Give me 5 reasons you should keep your job,
This is not a time to be covering up. I mean, this
You know what's so rich, though? Watching members of Congress grill him. I mean, what happened to the days when members of Congress used to get drunk and crash their cars into the Capitol steps? Remember those good times? Ted Kennedy throwing Hugh Kennedy back and crashing into the barriers.
We expect drunken debauchery is basically part of the congressional job description as opposed to the Secret Service.
Wow.
I'm obviously teasing. But the Secret Service is held to a very high standard to try to keep people safe. I'm sure Mrs. Obama is very upset about this, seething behind closed doors.
But why isn't her husband?
Right.
I'm sure he is, right? Like,
is he?
No, he's the one who...
I don't think he is.
It's almost nepotism. Like, he takes the guy who was in charge of his family detail, like, oh, we're so close to Joe. We're going to make him the head of the Secret Service.
I don't know.
Nothing can go wrong
But
here.
don't you think he doesn't want to say anything bad because...
About government?
It would... Well, no, I think it would reflect poorly on his decision-making, and he doesn't want to look like he made a bad decision.
Well, maybe you don't want to antagonize the people who are protecting your safety and your family's safety. To some extent. You don't want to be yelling and calling out.
What's the other alternative? Like a bottle of
let other people
wild turkey and a straw?
Let other people sling the arrows.
You know the really
Fireball
troubling part about this?
Joe.
At the end of the day, somebody has to protect the White House tonight.
Yeah.
And the other issue that they're talking about at this hearing is, you know, the money for the agency and how they're going to protect the president. And they want to build this very expensive replica of the White House to try to figure out how to do that. when they actually have the asset right before them that's been breached a few times. That's what's really troubling. I mean, they can go around circles, but somebody has to be in charge at the end of the day. And what's that going to look like tonight?
That's right, a model White House, a little faux miniature White House. That's going to fix this.
It's interesting you say that, because if Hillary's elected, Bill hopes that the White House is filled with models.
Yeah.
Speaking of Hillary, not wasting any time making women's issues the core of her likely presidential campaign, tweeting that Republicans are carrying out a trifecta against women. But after it was revealed that her family foundation accepts donations from nations with poor records on women's rights. What an abomination. Could playing that card backfire on Hillary? Oh, yes. And a lipstick named Underage Red, sparking outrage, under outrage. But it's not the only beauty product with a name that might raise eyebrows, and not in a good way. Why retailers do it and how parents can police it. Stay right here.